Hello soulmate, you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time of seeing my channel, thank you for stopping by. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for watching. So in this tutorial, I'm going to be learning how to make this corset top. This is an underbust corset top which has a draped bust design. So if you're interested in this video, please join me while we get started. Okay, on your pattern paper, which should be on a fold, although my paper is not on a fold, but when you're doing you can put your paper on a fold. So I'll just draw a starting line at the top, which is going to be the shoulder line, or you can call it your starting line. So from that point, I'm going to mark my shoulder to bust, shoulder to under bust, shoulder to waist, and shoulder to the hip. So I'm using a shoulder to bust of 9.5 inches, shoulder to under bust 13 inches, shoulder to waist 16 inches, and shoulder to the hip is 24 inches. So mind you, note that the distance between the waist and the hip is 8 inches. Okay, so you're going to be using the same thing for the back as well. And now after marking these lines, I'm just going to go ahead and draw straight lines across them, and then I'm going to label them all through. Okay, when I'm done labeling them, I'll just go ahead and mark my shoulder measurements divided by 2. I'm working with a shoulder measurement of 14 inches. Dividing it by 2 is going to give me 7 inches. I marked that on the shoulder line, and I came from that 7 inches. I came below the 7 inches by 1 inch, and I marked 7 inches from that 1 inch, which I am drawing a straight line at that point. So how I got this is that I divided my bust circumference by 6 and I added 1.5. So that line became the chest line. Okay, I drew a straight line there, and I'm going to label it the chest line. So from the 1 inch I came below the shoulder line, I connected it down to the chest line. Okay, so now for the neck width, I'm using a neck width of 3.5 inches. You can use 4 inches, you can use 3 inches, whichever one you want is fine. Then after that, I connected the neck width to the 1 inch below the shoulder for a shoulder slope. I took the midpoint of the armhole depth and I marked 0.5 in from there. So I'm also marking the bust circumference divided by 4 on the chest line, and I'm connecting these 3 points to meet each other. So if you're watching my tutorial, you should be familiar with this right now. So I went ahead to get the armhole curve by connecting them together like that. So now I'm going to mark my bust span divided by 2. I'm working with a bust span of 7 inches. Dividing it by 2 is 3.5. So I'm going to mark it on the bust, the underbust, the waist, and the hip line. Then after that, I'm going to connect them together with a straight line. So mind you, your bust span is the distance between your nipple to the other nipple. That is your nipple to nipple measurement. Okay, so now for the waistline, I'm going to mark 0.75 inch on both sides of the waistline. That is from that bust span line, and I came down from that waistline by 4 inches. So I went ahead to connect it together like this. That is from 0.75 on both sides to meet that 4 inches below it. And then for the top, I just connected it from the bust to meet the waistline. From that 0.75 I marked on both sides. Okay, and that is the dart we are going to be using for this. So now I'm going to go ahead and impute the body measurements, where I'll be using a bust measurement of 33 inches. Dividing it by 4, I'm going to mark it on the chest line and the bust line. Then for the and I'm going to mark 1 inch for seam allowance. So you can use 1.5, you can use 1 inch, whichever one you prefer to use. For the waist, I marked the waist measurement divided by 4. I added the dart allowance I had there, which is 1.5. I also had 1 inch for seam allowance. I did the same for the underbust. I'm using an underbust of 28 inches rather. Then for the waist, I'm using a waist of 26 inches. And then for the hip, I'm using a hip 36, which I'm dividing by 4 and adding a seam allowance because the hip does not have a dart. Okay, so after that, I'm just going to go ahead and connect everything together like this. So now, after connecting them together, I'm just going to come to the lower part of that straight line I marked earlier. I'm going to extend it to the end. Okay, so then after that, I'm going to find a way to get my neck design. So for me to get that neck design, I'm going to work with that neck width of 3.5 inches I marked at the shoulder line, and I'm going to connect it to meet at the bust point. Okay, so after connecting them together like this to get a V shape, so please note, for you to actually do this, you can come up a bit from the bust line by maybe 1 inch before you connect it together. You do not necessarily have to connect it this way. You can just create whatever design you want. Then from that point where I marked at the bust line, I'm going to connect it with a curve to meet the underbust. So you can see I'm smoothing the line to enter under the underbust line. That's to meet the underbust line. So I'm marking my bust that at the bust area where I came down from the bust line by 1.5 inches. So for me to get that bust that, I took the difference between my shoulder to waist in front, which is 16 inches, and shoulder to waist in back is 14.5. This is because they are not equal, and then I came down from that line by 1.5. So this is what I did. I went ahead to close it and secure it with a tape. So now my bust span divided by 2, which is 3.5, I'm going to also mark it from that midpoint where I've marked the 3.5. I mark it at the side and I'm adding 0.75 to it. So please, if you are one that is busting, please add 1 inch. Don't add 0.75, add 1 inch, okay, for more coverage. So after that, I went ahead to connect that point to meet the underbust again. So I went ahead to smoothen it at the end as well. So after connecting it, I just went ahead to trace it out again and open up the dart. Now after opening up the dart, I extended it from the mark, the point where I marked it before. I extended it to the chest line, and then I came from that chest line and marked 0.5 inches. If you are quite busty, you can use 0.75 or 1 inch, okay. This is just to help have a little bit of coverage at that area. So now I came in from the shoulder line, from where I have the 3.5 inches width from the neck. I marked 2 inches from that point and I connected it to meet that 0.5 I marked above the chest line. So that becomes the armhole that we are going to be using, okay. I hope you understand. If you have any question, please leave it in the comment section. So now before I'll go ahead and cut this out, I just close that bust dart and secure it properly there. Then after closing it, the bust line is no longer straight, so I went ahead to straighten it to meet the underbust line again. So for us to get the design which we have at the hem area, I'm going to come from the center front and mark 6 inches below the waist, and then from the other side of the waist, that is the side of the waist, we are going to come down by 4 inches. So this is you can actually use 5 inches, whichever you want to, whatever you want to use is fine, okay. You're going to make it the way you want it, so I'm just using this as a guide, okay. So now from that 4 inches that I marked there, I drew a straight line. From that 4 inches. I just connected it straight, and then I took the midpoint of that 4 inches from the side, that is from the dart line to the side, and after marking the midpoint, I came up by 1 inch. So from that 1 inch from the midpoint, I'm going to connect it to the side with a slight curve like this. Then from the center front, I'm going to mark from that 6 inches I came down from the waist to meet that dart line where I marked 4 inches, which had that 4 inches line. And I'm also using my curve again to connect it from that dart area where there's 4 inches to where I came up by 1 inch from the midpoint between the dart line and the side of the waist. So that was how I got that design at the hem. And after that, I'm just going to go ahead and cut it. If you find this tutorial very helpful, please give us a thumbs up, like, subscribe to our channel, and share this video, okay. So now this is what I'm doing. I actually noticed that the armhole area was, I did not extend it to the end. So for you, before you cut it out, make sure that you extend that 0.5 you came up, extend it to meet the side, okay, before you cut it out. Then after that, I went ahead to cut the other part of the paper, and then I label it center front and side front. Now for us to get that draped effect we have on the bust area, I'm just going to take the bust part of this dress, and then I slashed the dart open for it to balance properly, and I took the midpoint of that shoulder area. From that point, I mark it to meet the center where I had that dart at the bust line. Then I went ahead to slash it open towards the end, but I did not cut it out entirely, so ensure you don't cut it out entirely, okay. Then what I did is that I took another piece of paper. You can do this on your fabric if you don't have extra paper to do this, but I'm going to be showing you how to do it on this paper. So when you put it on your fabric, you're going to place it with the exact distance that you want. So what I have here was I used 2.5 inches distance from the first side to the other side, but you can use whatever distance you want, maybe 3 inches, 4 inches. That depends on how much drape effect you want on the bust area. So after placing it the way I want it, I went ahead to connect it with a line there, so that when I'm cutting it, it's going to be easy for me. So now after doing that, you're just going to go ahead and cut it out. So mind you, if you're cutting this on your fabric, ensure to leave the allowance you're going to be using to join it. Okay, very important. Make sure you leave the allowance you're joining. But if you're cutting it on a paper, you can also add the allowance, or you can just cut it directly, whichever way. So by the time you've cut it, it will look like this, and by the time you have put the gathers that is there, or the pleats, it will give you that effect. So for the back pattern, now we're going to repeat the same process we did from the front pattern to this place, where I've already marked my shoulder line, the chest line, which I just drew now, the underbust, which I'm using 9.5, and the waist 14.5. So like I said, the back, waist, and shoulder to back in waist and back is not the same. Okay, so I measured 8 inches from the waist to the hip. That is, I'm trying to say that the distance between the waist and the hip is 8 inches, so take note of that. So I went ahead to mark my shoulder measurement divided by 2, came down by 1 inch, and mark my armhole depth on the chest line. Also mark my neck width of 3.5 inches, and from that point I connected it to meet the 1 inch I came down from the shoulder, and I got my shoulder slope. I mark my bust circumference divided by 4 on the chest line, and then from the center of the armhole depth I came in by 0.5, and I'm going to go ahead and connect them together to get my armhole curve. So please take note of this. Now we are doing the same thing we actually did for the front in this place. So the back is actually very simple and easy for us to go. So I'm just going to go ahead and mark my bust span divided by 2, and I'm marking it from the chest line to the hip, and I'm connecting it with a straight line. Okay, so I marked 0.75 on the waist line as well, like I did for the front, and I'm going to come down from the waist by 4 inches, mark it at that point, and I'm going to connect the dart from the waist to meet that 4 inches below, and then from the waist to also meet the chest line above. Okay, so after that I extended the line to meet the hip area. So now I'm just going to go ahead and impute my body measurement. Okay, so I marked the the bust measurement divided by 4 on the chest line. I marked it there, added 1 inch for seam allowance. Then for the bust area I also marked it, added 1 inch for seam allowance, and then this little dart allowance at that point I added it. Okay, it's not compulsory you add that little one because you're still going to snatch it at the back. Then for the waist I also marked it, add the dart allowance and the seam allowance, and same thing for the hip as well. So after adding them, I went ahead to connect them together like this. Okay, so to get the shoulder the back design for the neck area, I'm just going to take from that neck width area and mark 2 inches there, and I'm going to connect it after coming up by 0.5 inches on the chest line. I'm going to connect it to get a new armhole, but this is actually me doing this the way I want it. But if you want to get the back design, you're just going to go ahead and connect your design from that 2 inches, sorry, from the 3.5 inches width which you have. You're just going to place your pattern master or your curve ruler. You're going to place it properly and get a curve. Okay, so just watch what I'm doing. So I marked 0.5 inches from that dart line, and you can see the way I placed my curve with this ruler, because I'm trying to get that shape at the back. Okay, so if you don't want to actually do this to have that alter neck design at the back, or this new armhole that I created, you're just going to actually fix this curve from the width, which is 3.5 inches, and that's it. Okay, so after that I'm just going to come down from the center back by 0.5 and connect it to meet the armhole curve. Then I mark 2 inches on the chest line down to the hip line, and then I'm indicating areas where I'm putting my lacing. But before I do that, I'm just going to come to the waist area. From the side I mark 4 inches, and from the center back I mark 5 inches, and I'm going to connect them together. Okay, so remember, for the back, for the front side rather, we mark 4 inches on the side, so the back and the front have to align properly. Okay, so for the center back you can still use 6 inches if you want, or 5 inches, whichever way you want it. Now if you want to tighten the waist, you can see what I'm doing. I took the midpoint of that area I have on the waist, and I marked 0.25 or 0.5 depending on what you want to use. If you want to tighten the waist by 1 inch, use 0.25. If you want to tighten the waist by 2 inch, 0.5. You just go ahead and connect that, and then you cut it out. Okay, so but I'm not going to be doing that because I don't need it. And now I'm just going to go ahead and cut it out. Okay, so I hope you understand what I'm doing. If you have any question, please ensure to leave it in the comment section. Okay, so after cutting the body part, I'm also going to cut out the upper part, which is going to be like a yoke for this. Okay, then after that, I'm going to go ahead and label it. So at this point, we are done with this tutorial. If you find this helpful, please subscribe to our channel, give us a like and share our video. Thank you for watching. See you guys in my next video.